I am Harmoni Everett, and I am playing the role of Trista Harris. I love Trista. Trista and I are very different, but I love her. It's fun to play a character like Trista because you get to go places that in your everyday life you don't get to go. She's full of a lot of pain. I know, I'm like Italian. I use my hands. She's very lost. She's in search of love and validation and attention. She uses men and drugs to fill the hole inside of her and to try to somehow deal with the intense amount of pain that she's feeling. And she's living with a lot of guilt from her past. I met Eric through a very good friend of mine and another project, another film, and he asked me to be a part of this project. And I was incredibly honored and terrified at the same time. Ecstatic about that because I am a horrible auditioner. I also felt a lot of pressure because Eric hadn't seen my performance and he had a lot of faith in me, what I felt was blind faith. So I, up until the project started, was terrified of disappointing him. I was surprised. When I initially talked to Eric about this project, he was still in the process of thinking, I want to do this web series and it'll be fun. And I was like, I'm a friend, I'll play around with you, let's go in your garage and have a little fun and see what it's like to direct and act together. And then I got the script and I couldn't believe how strong the characters were, how much of the arc and the story, and it was so alive and so well written, and he had so much passion for it. And initially when he told me about Trista, it was one little scene and there was a fight, and then it evolved afterwards. This is the funny part actually, is that initially when I read the script, I saw Trista as, she's drunk and she's having a fight, and then later, when I said, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it, I get the script back, and the only changes in the script were in the description of Trista said she has BO, bad breath. And I was like, wait a second, that's the only thing in the script that changed? Am I smelly? do I have bad breath? And Eric felt like that was part of me he needed to add to the character. When the table read happened, I was really impressed. Again, this project that was supposed to be just fun and a creative experiment was real. And there was a massive, I walked into the read and there was a huge semicircle of probably, 20 characters. And it was real. All of a sudden I was like, this is a real project, and this has turned into something really amazing. So I was even more excited that I was able to be a part of this. It was great. There were a ton of people here. Eric had such a big cast. I finally got to see the setup and meet all the crew, and he had such an amazing lineup of very talented people. So the first day was good. It was, I had fun. I was anxious to get those first day jitters out and step into Trista and see where it was gonna take us. Trista's the outsider in the gallery. Everybody else works within the gallery. She's really the only one that comes from a very different world. So I really, as Trista, only interact with Sean and my daughter, Jess. So yeah, I have a brief encounter with some of the gallery guests at the party where you first meet Trista. So it's mainly just Sean, who plays my boyfriend. And Sean is probably one of the best men that Trista has ever been with, and who could ideally be a really amazing relationship and healing process for her. But her demons are so big and her fear of rejection is so palpable that she starts to feel like she's not worthy. So she starts to create all of these things in her mind that don't actually exist and starts pushing Sean away. The production was what Eric did with like no budget, not just a little budget, no budget, non-existent budget, was amazing. I've worked on a lot of projects that are high budget and as well as almost free, and this is the first project I worked on that had no budget, that felt like I was working on a high budget machine that already had been running.